bond on the Maricopa County case. You wouldn't be released until you resolve that with Pinal County.
There's no way around this?
Not until you see your Pinal County judge. I don't have any discretion on that case for you, sir.
Why am I not in Pinal right now?
Were you picked up here in Maricopa County?
Mm-hmm.
That's why. So you have to be seen here first because you have a warrant in both counties.
Oh, okay.
Okay. If you'll step to your left, the officers will give you that paperwork. Jessica to the podium and Anthony to the chair. Good morning. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Jessica Escobedo, 12/30/2001.
Thank you. It does look like you are here on a Pinal County probation violation warrant that was issued for you. I'm going to appoint an attorney, and you're going to have an arraignment hearing in Pinal County on July 7th at 8:30. In this case, Pinal County is holding you non-bondable. So you'll have your hearing with them on July 7th. Did you have any questions?
No.
Okay, just step to your left. The officer will give you that paperwork. Anthony to the podium and Robert to the chair. Good morning. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Yes, Your Honor. Anthony Soto,
And date of birth.
July 2nd, 2004.
Thank you, sir. It does look like we have two cases on the calendar. The first one is a new Superior Court case. It does include one count of narcotic drug possession for sale, a Class 2 felony, one count of narcotic drug possession for use, a Class 4 felony, one count of theft, a Class 6 felony, and one count of assault, a Class 3 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference July 7th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on July 10th at 8:30. It looks like you're also on probation, and so when you were picked up for this case, it is a Term 1 violation of your probation. So I'm going to appoint counsel, and you're going to have a probation revocation hearing July 8th at 8:30. On your new charges, you have a secured appearance bond of $5,000, and you have a $500 bond on your probation case. That's a $5,500 bond. If you post bond, you'll have written conditions of release. It is going to include not returning to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with the alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, just step to your left, sir. They'll give you that paperwork.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Other way.
That's fine.
Robert to the podium and Wendy to the chair. Good morning. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Robert Jackson, January 28th, 1983.
Thank you, sir. It does look like we have two cases on the calendar. The first one is a new Superior Court case. It includes one count of theft means of transportation, a Class 3 felony, one count of trafficking stolen property, a Class 3 felony, and one count of shoplifting removal of goods, a Class 6 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You'll have a status conference July 7th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing July 10th at 8:30. You're also on probation, so when you were picked up for this offense, it is a Term 1 violation of your probation. So I'll appoint counsel and set a probation revocation hearing July 8th at 8:30. On your new case, you have a secured appearance bond of $2,500, and on your probation case, you have a bond of $500. That's a total bond of $3,000. If you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. It will include you may not have any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, just up to your left, sir. They'll give you that paperwork. Wendy to the podium and Marquise to the chair. Good morning. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Wendy Ann Johnston, 7/31/74.
Thank you, ma'am. It does look like we have two cases on the calendar. The first one is a Maricopa County probation violation warrant that was issued with allegations you violated terms 3, 5, 7, and 15. I'll appoint counsel and set a probation revocation hearing July 8th at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Courthouse. And you have a secured appearance bond of $500 in that case. You also have a warrant from Coconino County Superior Court. It looks like it relates to a charge of narcotic drug possession. I'll appoint counsel in that case, and you'll have an arraignment hearing in the Coconino County Superior Court on July 7th at 8:30, and you have a secured appearance bond of $1,500 in that case. So it's a total bond of $2,000 between your two cases. If you post bond, you have written conditions of release that will include not possessing any weapons or alcohol and contacting your probation officer within 72 hours. All of that will be in your paperwork, ma'am. Did you have any questions?
Yes, if my court date is on the 7th in Coconino County, how am I gonna get up there? They don't come and pick me up for that, do they?
They will, they could extradite you there. Because you have a hearing here in Maricopa County the next day, they may not. That will be up to Coconino County on how
Okay.
you want to do that. Okay?
All right.
If you'll step to your left, ma'am, they'll give you that paperwork.
Thanks.
Thank you. Marquise to the podium and Annette to the chair. Good morning. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Marcus Vaughn, 37 of 83.
Thank you. It does look like you are here on a failure to appear bench warrant that was issued for you for some pending drug charges. I'm going to affirm the attorney that was previously appointed and set a status conference July 7th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing July 10th at 8:30.
Yes.
I'm affirming the secured appearance bond of $2,000. If you post bond, you'll have written conditions of release you'll need to comply with. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
Yes, ma'am. I was actually in custody for Chandler City Court for a 2019 paraphernalia charge. That's why I didn't show up to court. I was in custody. And I was in contact with pretrial services, and I did know about my 2 court dates coming up, but I was in custody for Chandler for 2019. I'm sorry. It was 6 years ago, this Chandler City warrant, bench warrant, whatever, for paraphernalia charge. That's why I wasn't in court.
When were you picked up on that charge?
Oh, man, I want to say 8 or 9 days ago. I've been in custody over there for about almost a week, over a week, I want to say.
And when were you released from there?
I'm still over there in Chandler City Court right now.
So do you have a bond with them?
No. I have a court date of July 8th for them to hopefully run those charges concurrent, because I've been in and out of prison 3 times with this same Chandler City Court.
But they're not holding you at this time. They've released you for their purposes, but then you were picked up on this warrant before actually.
I was in custody when I came down here right now for this warrant. Yes.
Okay.
I was still in custody.
But just to clarify, they were releasing you, but you didn't get released because you had to take care of this warrant. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And then you have your Chandler hearing July 11th.
July 8th.
July 8th.
Yes,
Excuse
ma'am.
me.
Yes, ma'am. So if it's possible, can the court OR me once again? Because like I said, I was in contact with pretrial services. I did know about my court dates coming up, but Chandler helped me, and I wasn't able to fulfill my obligation to come to court. But I definitely will be, if you give me an opportunity to OR, I will be to court.
Okay, let's take a look. So you were released to pretrial services last time?
Yes, ma'am. And I've been dealing with this Chandler warrant for like over 6 years now. I've been in and out of prison 3 times, and they keep holding me for this bond or this warrant or whatever, and not holding me accountable for it. Or now they're finally gonna hold me accountable for it, and I got to be on there on July 8th. So. I'm just hoping I haven't
Are you
lost.
going to be serving time on that?
I'm hoping they do time served concurrently. I'm hoping they do time served with that. Hopefully, that's what I'm trying to get them to do. I just hope I haven't lost my job and my car and everything in the fallout of this. But you know. Okay.
So I'm still going to affirm the attorney previously appointed to represent you, but I'm going to give you different dates than what I just mentioned. You're going to have a hearing July 16th at 8:30. And a preliminary hearing July 18th at 8:30, and then I'm going to release you again back to the supervision of pretrial services. Again, you'll still have written conditions of release you'll need to comply with, and then since you have that other hearing first, just go ahead and try to keep in contact again with pretrial services to keep them updated on that Chandler case, since you do have hearings here after that date, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
right, did you get that reprinted? Did you get his documents reprinted? No. Okay, all right, if you'll just take a seat up there, they'll bring you your paperwork in just a moment, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Annette to the podium and Daniel to the chair. Good morning, could I get your name and date of birth?
And Perez 10/24/97.
Thank you, ma'am. It does look like we have 3 cases on the calendar. It looks like we have 3 probation violation warrants that were issued with allegations that you violated terms 3, 5, and 6 of your probation. I'm going to appoint counsel and set a probation revocation hearing July 8th at 8:30. In 2 of your cases, you have a secured appearance bond of $500, and in the 3rd case, it's $100. So it's a total secured appearance bond of $1,100. If you post bond, you have written conditions of release. It does include you may not possess any weapons or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. If you'll step to your left, they'll give you that paperwork. Daniel to the podium and Eric to the chair. Good morning. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Daniel Everardo Ruiz Meraz, 11/20/1999.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you have 2 cases on the calendar, and they're both probation violation warrants with allegations you violated terms 1 and 4 of your probation. I'll appoint counsel and set a probation revocation hearing July 8th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $500 in one case and $250 in the other, for a total of $750. If bond is posted, you have written conditions of release. It will include not possessing any weapons or alcohol and contacting your probation officer within 24 hours of release. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No.
Okay, thank you, sir. Just step to your left, they'll give you your paperwork. Eric to the podium and Gregory to the chair. Good morning. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Eric Lopez, 10/27/98.
Thank you. It does look like you are here on a probation violation warrant with allegations you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. I'm going to appoint counsel and set a probation revocation hearing July 8th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $500. If bond is posted, you have written conditions of release. It does include contacting your probation officer within 72 hours. All of that will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions? All right, if you'll take a step to your left, they'll give you that paperwork. Gregory to the podium and Ronald to the chair. Good morning. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Gregory Woodard Jr., 7/27/84.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a failure to appear bench warrant for a pending drug charge. I'm going to affirm the attorney that was previously appointed and set a status conference July 7th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on July 10th at 8:30. In this case, you have a secured appearance bond of $500. If that bond is posted, you have written conditions of release you need to comply with. It does include not possessing any drugs without a valid prescription, and you may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. I was looking at your case. It does look like you also have a hearing set in this case on July 2nd. So when you go back, which is tomorrow. So when you go to that hearing, you can discuss with your attorney the hearings I'm giving you today on July 7th and July 10th, okay? Did you have any questions?
No.
Okay, just step to your left. They'll give you that paperwork. Ronald to the podium. Mr. Moodley to the chair. Good morning. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Ronald Blackwood Wynn, 425/89.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a probation violation warrant that was issued with allegations you violated terms 3, 7, and 15. I'm going to appoint counsel and set a probation revocation hearing July 8th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $250. If you post bond, you have written conditions of release. It does include not possessing any weapons or alcohol and contacting your probation officer within 72 hours of release. All of that will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
No.
Okay, just step to your left. The officer will give you that paperwork.
Thank you.
Mr. Moodley to the podium, Alyssa Strange to the chair. Good morning. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Vyashin Moodley, 12/14/1997.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a new Superior Court case. It does include 1 count of theft means of transportation, a Class 3 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference July 16th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing July 18th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Courthouse on 175 West Madison Street. I'm releasing you today to the supervision of pretrial services. You have written conditions of release. It does include no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. You're also going to receive an envelope with your paperwork. You need to read those instructions and contact pretrial services once you've been released. All of this will be included in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
No.
Okay, just step to your left. They'll give you that paperwork.
Thank you.
Thank you. Alyssa Strange to the podium. And Jose Carmona to the chair. Hello. Good morning. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Alyssa Strange, 2/16/94.
Thank you, ma'am. It does look like you are here on a new Superior Court case. It does include 1 count of dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of criminal trespass in the first degree of a residential structure, a Class 6 felony, and 1 count of obstruction or refusal to provide a true name, a Class 2 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference July 16th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing July 18th at 8:30. I am releasing you today on your own recognizance. It is your promise to appear. You're going to have written conditions of release. You are not to return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. All of that will be in your paperwork, ma'am. Did you have any questions?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, just step to your left, ma'am. They'll give you that paperwork.
Yeah.
Jose to the podium. Good morning. Do I have a Spanish interpreter on the line?
Hi, good morning. This is your Lionbridge Spanish interpreter.
Are you prepared to interpret for one legal matter this morning?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. We will go ahead and get started. Good morning, sir. Could I please get your name and date of
Mi nombre
birth?
es José Luis Carmona Barranco, octubre 10/74.
José Luis Carmona Barranco, October 10, 74.
Thank you, sir. And if you can wait until the interpreter has translated before answering the questions.
Gracias, señor. Si puede esperar hasta que el intérprete haya traducido antes de responder las preguntas.
Okay, gracias.
And can I get the state's appearance for the record?
Yes, Your Honor. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, please accept the interpreter's apologies. Would you mind repeating the question for the interpreter?
Can I get the state's appearance for the record?
Thank you. Puedo obtener la comparecencia del Estado para que conste en el acta.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ashley Stetson on behalf of the state.
Buenos días, su señoría Ashley Stepp, de parte del Estado.
We're here today on a new Superior Court case.
Estamos aquí el día de hoy en un nuevo Tribunal Superior.
It includes 4 counts of dangerous drug possession for sale, a Class 2 felony,
Incluye 4 cargos de posesión de drogas peligrosas para la venta, una clase de delito grave,
1 count of narcotic drug for sale, a Class 2 felony,
un cargo de venta de estupefacientes que es un delito grave de clase 2,
1 count of conspiracy, a Class 2 felony,
un cargo de conspiración es un delito grave de clase 2,
and 2 counts of money laundering, a Class 2 felony.
y 2 cargos de lavado de dinero es un delito grave
Probable cause has been found. I apologize.
No, please continue. Please continue, Your Honor.
Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you.
He encontrado una causa probable y estoy designándole un abogado para que lo represente.
You will have a status conference July 7th at 8:30.
Va a tener una conferencia estatal el 7 de julio a las 8:30.
And a preliminary hearing July 10th at 8:30.
La audiencia preliminar el 8 de julio a las 10:30.
Did the state want to put the recommendation on the record?
El Estado quiere dejar constancia en la recomendación.
Yes, Your Honor.
Sí, su señoría.
Your Honor, the state is asking for bond to be set in the amount of $225,000 cash.
El Estado está pidiendo que se fije una fianza de $225,000 en efectivo.
Over the span of several months, Your Honor, law enforcement conducted an investigation on the suspect.
Durante varios meses, la policía ha llevado a cabo una investigación sobre el sospechoso.
Through that investigation, 150 pounds of methamphetamine was seized.
A través de esa investigación se incautaron 150 libras de metanfetamina.
When the suspect was arrested, he had a firearm, $5,000 in cash, 40 pounds of meth, and 48 grams of cocaine, if the correct state remembers correctly.
Cuando el sospechoso fue arrestado, tenía un arma de fuego, $5,000 en efectivo, 40 libras de metanfetamina, 48 gramos de cocaína, si el Estado recuerda correctamente.
Your Honor, the state believes the suspect is a danger to the community.
Su señoría, el Estado cree que el sospechoso es un peligro para la comunidad.
150 pounds of methamphetamine put into the community.
150 libras de metanfetamina vertidas en la comunidad.
Has a ripple effect of not only individuals using the methamphetamine,
Tiene un efecto dominó no solo entre las personas que usan la metanfetamina,
but also perpetuates or is commonly linked to property crimes, crimes on people, as well as violent crimes, Your Honor.
pero también perpetúa, está comúnmente vinculado a delitos contra la propiedad, delitos contra las personas, así como delitos violentos, su señoría.
The state is requesting such a high bond due to the amount of methamphetamine.
El Estado solicita una fianza tan alta debido a la cantidad de metanfetamina.
The suspect's ties to Mexico.
El sospechoso está vinculado a México.
And the strong likelihood of prison time.
Y la gran probabilidad de ir a prisión.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Thank you, Ms. Stetson.
Muchas gracias, señora Stetson.
The court is entering a secured appearance bond of $200,000.
El tribunal está presentando una fianza de comparecencia segura de $200,000.
If bond is posted, you'll be released to the supervision of pretrial services.
Si se paga la fianza, queda bajo la supervisión de servicios previos al juicio.
You will be equipped with electronic monitoring before being released.
Va a ser equipado con un monitoreo electrónico antes de ser liberado.
You will have written conditions of release to include not possessing any drugs without a valid prescription.
Tendrá condiciones escritas de liberación que incluyen no poseer ninguna droga sin una receta válida.
And you may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license.
No puede conducir un vehículo motorizado sin ninguna licencia de conducir válida.
Did you have any questions, sir?
No.
¿Tiene preguntas, señor?
No.
No.
If you'll step to your left, the officers will give you your paperwork.
Thank you.
Y a la izquierda, el oficial le va a dar su documentación.
And that concludes our only Spanish interpreter matter this morning. I appreciate your assistance, sir. Feel free to disconnect at your convenience.
De esta manera termina nuestro pendiente de interpretación esta mañana. Thank you for calling Branch for Language Needs. For your request, the interpreter will disconnect from the call.
Can I have Mr. Lee to the podium? Good morning, sir. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Tavares Lee, 6596.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a warrant from the state of New Mexico, and they have indicated that they want to extradite you back related to this warrant. Did you get an opportunity to review the laminated card that was given to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you're going to have a choice to make here this morning, and we're going to go over what your options are. So they have issued a warrant for trafficking of a controlled substance. And again, as I mentioned, they have indicated that they do want to extradite you back to New Mexico related to these charges. So your first option is you can waive your right to have any hearing here, meaning you're saying you're ready and willing for New Mexico to come pick you up. If you choose to do that, you would be held here in Maricopa County jails for up to 30 days. Day one would start tomorrow, so long as you don't have any other pending charges here in the state of Arizona. You would be held non-bondable here, and you would, again, wait here up to 30 days, giving New Mexico an opportunity to come pick you up and take you to New Mexico to be heard on these charges. Or in the alternative, I would set a hearing here in Maricopa County on July 21st at 1:30 in the afternoon. That hearing would be civil in nature, meaning you would not be entitled to court-appointed counsel, but you could hire an attorney at your own expense, and you would be demanding that both the governor of New Mexico and the governor of Arizona sign a warrant ordering you to go back before you're extradited. That process takes about 60 to 90 days, and in that circumstance, you would have a secured appearance bond of $75,000. Meaning if you posted that bond, you would have release conditions. You would be released from custody. You would need to attend the hearings here in Maricopa County before you, or while you were out of custody, while they determined whether or not you would be extradited back to New Mexico for these underlying charges. If you posted that bond and you failed to appear at any of the hearings here in Maricopa County, you would forfeit that bond. You'd have a warrant out of Maricopa County, and your warrant in New Mexico would also still be valid. Do you have a question?
What charges do I have out of here? Because I turned myself in.
I'm not aware of any charges that you have here. But if you do have any charges, then the 30 days wouldn't start until those were over. But if you're not aware of any, then it would start tomorrow if you waived your right. And you said you were ready for New Mexico to come pick you up.
Yeah, I do that one.
You're ready for New Mexico to come pick you up? Okay. So because you are waiving some rights, I'm just going to ask you some questions to make sure that you're doing this of your own free will. And if you are, then we'll move forward with getting you to sign some of this paperwork, okay? So I just want to confirm again, you did get an opportunity to read the extradition paperwork on that laminated card, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand that you do not have to sign this paperwork?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand that you have a right to an extradition hearing? That's that hearing I mentioned on July 21st?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand that you have the right to hire a lawyer at your own expense?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand that you have the right to demand that a governor's warrant be signed by the governors of both states before you're returned?
And that's 60 days, right?
That's a 60 to 90 day process.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand you have the right to bail? In this case, if you did not waive these rights, you would have that hearing and a bond of $75,000.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you want to give up those rights and sign this paperwork?
Yes, ma'am.
And has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to sign this paperwork?
No, ma'am.
And have you had any drugs, alcohol, or medications within the last 24 hours?
No, ma'am.
I find that you knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily are signing this waiver. I'm also going to sign it. I'm going to direct that the sheriff's office inform New Mexico that you are ready to be picked up. They will have 30 days from tomorrow to pick you up unless you have any pending charges.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions for me, sir?
No, ma'am.
Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and sign this, and we're going to have you step up here. And we're going to also need to capture your signature a couple of times. Okay, so if you'll just step right here, she'll let you know when she's ready for your signature. Did my portion go through, Mel? Perfect. Just one moment, sir. She's not ready. Perfect. Perfect. Now, is that everything for them? Yes. Okay. The officer will give you a copy of your records, and then if you could just take a seat out there, sir. Thank you. Of course.
Yeah, I am. You good, man? I got to put it for. Yeah, I know. I did, I did. That deal was presented to all wrong traffic, you want to pay. I'll probably buy them with that.
Good morning, sir. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Jordan Savage, 04-02-2000.
Thank you, sir. And do we have the state on the line?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning. Ashley Stetson on behalf of the state.
Good morning. Sir, it does look like we have 3 cases on the calendar. The first one is a new Superior Court case. It does include 1 count of child sex trafficking, a Class 2 felony. And then it looks like you're also on probation in 2 cases, so it is a Term 1 violation when you're picked up for a new offense. On your new charges, probable cause has been found, and I am appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference July 7th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing July 10th at 8:30. On your 2 probation violation cases, I'm going to appoint counsel as well, and you'll have a probation revocation hearing July 8th at 8:30. Next, we'll discuss any bond you may have and any release conditions. Did the state want to put their recommendation on the record?
Yes, first, Your Honor, the state is asking for the suspect to be held non-bondable on his probation case, given the nature of the allegations in his newest case. In regards to his newest case, Your Honor, the state is asking for a bond of $200,000 cash based on the allegations, Your Honor. The suspect is alleged to have been in communication via social media with a minor. The communication then went to text message, Your Honor. At some point, the suspect asked the alleged victim if she would like to come work for the suspect. The suspect gives a little bit of information in regards to the nature of the work, but it soon becomes apparent that he is seeking to have her work as a prostitute for him. The suspect discusses what she should wear, how she should communicate with him, how she should let him know when she's finished with a date, etc. Your Honor, all information or allegations does add up to him pimping her out, for lack of a better word. So based on those allegations, the state is asking for $200,000 cash only, for the suspect not to possess any firearms, not to return to the incident location, electronic monitoring, no contact with minors, no direct or indirect contact with the victim, no consumption of alcohol or use of illegal substances, no internet, and house arrest, Your Honor, and any other conditions Your Honor sees as fit. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Stetson. Mr. Savage, I am setting a cash bond of $100,000. If that bond is posted, you'll be released to the supervision of pretrial services, and you will be equipped with electronic monitoring before you leave. You'll also have written conditions of release. You are not to initiate any contact with the alleged victim, complainant, or witness. You may not possess any weapons or alcohol. You may not have any contact with any minors, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. As it relates to the probation violation cases, you have a cash bond of $5,000 in each of those cases. That's a total cash bond of $110,000. And again, those written conditions of release will apply to all of your cases. It will also be included in your paperwork. We'll need to reprint number 7 and 8. Did you have any questions, Mr. Savage?
Not at all.
Okay, if you'll take a seat out there, we'll bring you your paperwork. Thank you, sir. And thank you, Ms. Stetson. I believe that was the last case you were appearing on, so feel free to disconnect at your convenience.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Case number 29, Trent Shoemaker, date of birth September 8th, 1979, will proceed as a house call due to him being combative. We are here on a new Superior Court case for 1 count of aggravated assault, a Class 6 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I am appointing an attorney to represent him. He will have a status conference July 7th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing July 10th at 8:30. I'm setting a secured appearance bond of $75,000. If bond is posted, he'll have written conditions of release to include no contact with the alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and he may not possess any weapons. If anything changes after I meet with him, I will update the written record. Case number 1 and 2, Randy Scroggins, date of birth September 13th, 1993, will proceed as a house call due to being a danger to self. He is here on a probation violation warrant, 2 probation violation warrants with allegations of violating terms 3 and 5 of his probation. I'll appoint counsel and set a probation revocation hearing on July 8th at 8:30, and he has a secured appearance bond of $500 in each case for a total of $1,000. If bond is posted, he has written conditions of release to include not possessing any weapons or alcohol and contacting his probation officer within 72 hours. If anything changes after I meet with him, I will update the written record. That concludes our 5 a.m. calendar, and we will now stand in recess until 8 a.m. Oh, we have the record now.
All right.
Thank you. You may be seated. Interpreter, do we have you on the phone this morning?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning.
All right, give me just a second. We will get started.
And court.
All right, good morning. My name is Commissioner Elizabeth Campbell, and this is the 8 a.m. initial appearance calendar for July 1st, 2025.
Buenos días. Mi nombre es, yo soy la comisionada Elizabeth Campbell. Esta es la comparecencia inicial del día de hoy, 1 de julio, 8 de la mañana.
The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar.
Las órdenes emitidas el primero del mes en el primer calendario con respecto a la toma de muestras de ADN y huellas dactilares aplican en todos los casos.
Persons appearing before this court are reminded that they have the right to remain silent.
Las personas que comparecen ante este juzgado se les recuerda que tienen el derecho de permanecer en silencio.
And that anything they say could be used against them.
Y que cualquier cosa que digan se podría usar en su contra.
Most of you have qualified for a court-appointed attorney.
La mayoría de ustedes califican para un defensor público.
If you have not qualified for a court-appointed attorney, or even if you have, you may retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you.
Si ustedes califican para, no califican para un defensor público y aunque sí califiquen, ustedes tienen la oportunidad de contratar a su propio abogado.
I will be calling you up individually.
Los voy a llamar de manera individual.
When your name is called, please proceed to the podium.
Cuando los llame por su nombre, acérquense al podio.
At the conclusion of your matter, detention officers will have paperwork for you.
Cuando terminemos con su caso, los agentes tendrán documentos para ustedes.
The paperwork will detail my orders in your case.
Los documentos contendrán los detalles de mi orden en su caso.
And it will also contain the dates, times, and locations of your future hearings.
También contendrá la fecha, hora y lugar de sus próximas audiencias.
We're going to start this morning with Santana Aleda Lechuga Campana, please. Oh, I'm sorry. Perfect. Are they on Teams? Yes. All right. Give me just a second, and I have a confusing number of cameras. Go ahead, ma'am. Step to the podium and give me just a second to get set up.
Acérquese al podio, señora.
No lo entendí.
Acérquese al podio, por favor.
¿Aquí? ¿O acá?
Here or over there.
She's good.
Just one moment. Interpreter, give me just a second.
Okay.
Camera that you moved is for the...
Yes, no problem, Your Honor.
Sorry about that. All right, Ms. Campagna, please go ahead, state your name for the record.
Señora, diga su nombre completo para que conste en actas.
Santana, Aleida, Lechuga, Campaña.
All right.
Santana,
And,
Aleida, Lechuga, Campana, Maria, Court Interpreter's Office.
Thank you. And Ms. Campagna, what is your date of birth?
Señora Campana, ¿cuál es su fecha de nacimiento?
26 de julio, 1978.
July 26, 1978.
And on behalf of the state, do we have an appearance in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor. Rebecca Kennedy for the Attorney General's Office.
Tenemos a la fiscal presente, sí, su señoría Rebecca Kennedy por la Procuraduría del Estado.
Thank you. And Ms. Kennedy, would you like to be heard on probable cause?
Señora Kennedy, ¿quiere decir algo con respecto a motivo fundado?
Actually, Your Honor, I'm noticing that the Form 4 I could pull up is incomplete. I don't know if the court got all of the pages, but it's cut off mid-paragraph. So is there a way we can reset this for another time and I can get the complete Form 4 from the investigators?
De hecho, su señoría, el formulario número 4 está incompleto. Yo no sé si su señoría puede ver todo. El formulario está, para mí está cortado a media página, así de que lo que quiero es que postergue este caso para poder buscar el formulario 4 del investigador.
Yes, given Ms. Campagna's time remaining, we can move this either to the 11 a.m. or the 2 p.m. calendar.
Y tomando en cuenta los plazos que tiene la señora, podemos mover el caso a las 11 de la mañana o a las 2 de la tarde.
Thank you, Your Honor. But can we do 2 p.m.?
¿La podemos poner en el calendario de las 2 de la tarde?
Right. And I will respond to you, Ms. Kennedy, but Ms. Campagna was saying something, so I wanted to hear what she was saying.
Le contesto en un momento, abogada Kennedy, pero usted, señora Campana, estaba diciendo algo. Quiero escuchar qué es lo que dijo.
Sí, porque yo también quiero saber por qué yo estoy aquí.
Right, because I want to find out why I'm here.
Okay. And we will do that. We are going to, at the state's request, I'm going to forward this matter to the 2 p.m. calendar. So we're going to move you forward, and you will be back in court at 2 p.m. this afternoon, okay?
Eso es lo que vamos a hacer. Lo que vamos a hacer es que vamos a llamar su caso a las 2 de la tarde. ¿Está bien?
Ay, sí, ya duré mucho y no sé por qué estoy aquí, la verdad, y ya me siento desesperada.
Yeah, well, this has taken a long time. I don't know why I'm here, and I'm desperate.
I understand. All right, we will hear from you at 2 p.m. this afternoon, so I'm going to ask you to go ahead, step to the left, and we will resume your matter at 2 p.m. this afternoon.
Muy bien, hablaremos con usted a las 2 de la tarde. Le pido que pase a la izquierda.
Ok, muchas gracias.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Kennedy. All right, our next matter is Jesus Martinez Ruiz.
Jesús Martínez Ruiz, pase al podio.
All right, Mr. Ruiz, go ahead, state your name for the record.
Señor Ruiz, nombre completo para las actas.
Jesús Efraín Martínez Ruiz.
Jesús Efraín Martínez Ruiz.
Sí.
Thank
Yes.
you. And Mr. Ruiz, what is your date of birth?
¿Cuál es su fecha de nacimiento, señor Ruiz?
Mande.
Su fecha de nacimiento.
El 26 de abril del 2006.
April 26, 2006.
Give me just a second, Mr. Ruiz.
Un momento.
All right, Mr. Ruiz, you were arrested yesterday on charges of possession of narcotic drugs possession of narcotic drugs for sale, a Class 2 felony.
Señor Ruiz, usted fue arrestado el día de ayer por posesión de drogas narcóticas con propósito de venta, delito categoría 2.
And possession of dangerous drugs for sale, a Class 2 felony.
Y posesión de drogas nocivas con propósito de venta, delito categoría 2.
Based upon the limited information that I have before me today, I am not finding probable cause for purposes of the initial appearance only.
Con propósitos de la información tan limitada que tengo el día de hoy, yo no determino que existe motivo fundado con respecto a la comparecencia inicial.
I am advising you that these allegations are not dismissed and that you must attend the scheduled court dates, which I will give you, because formal charges may nevertheless be filed.
Le estoy informando que las acusaciones no se están desestimando. Usted debe de asistir a las audiencias en las fechas que yo le voy a dar porque las acusaciones formales se pueden entablar.
I am further advising you that failure to appear at the court dates, which I will give you, could result in a warrant being issued for your arrest.
También le indico que si no se presentan las audiencias que le voy a dar, se podría emitir orden de aprehensión en su contra.
I am appointing you an attorney.
Le voy a asignar un abogado.
And I'm setting 2 hearings.
Y le voy a fijar a 2 audiencias.
The first on July 16th at 8:30 and the next one on July 18th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court.
La primera es el 16 de julio a las 8:30, la siguiente el 18 de julio a las 8:30 en el Tribunal Superior del Centro.
Está bien.
All right, go ahead, step to left. Officer has your paperwork for you.
Pase a la izquierda, la gente tiene sus documentos.
All right, interpreter, that is everyone I have marked today as requiring your services. However, could you please inquire in the gallery if anybody else needs or would like your services this morning?
Yes, of course. ¿Hay alguien más que necesite intérprete en español? Si es así, levanten la mano. Any hands?
No. We are not seeing any hands. Thank you so much for your assistance this morning.
Thank you.
All right. Patrick Horoho and then Cody Portas, please.
Right over here, sir.
Patrick?
All right, Mr. Horoho, go ahead and state your name for the record.
Patrick Horoho,
And Mr. Horoho, what's your date of birth?
12/30/79.
Thank you. And you are here today because you were arrested based upon charges that on or about May 31st, 2025, you committed the following violations: stalking causing fear of death, a Class 3 felony; stalking causing distress or fear, a Class 5 felony; harassment by communication, a Class 1 misdemeanor; threatening, intimidating, a Class 1 misdemeanor; unlawfully and knowingly sending a threatening electronic communication, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and unlawfully and knowingly sending a lewd electronic communication, also a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for all of those. I am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting hearings on July 7th at 8:30 and July 10th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a I am appointing you an attorney, and I'm setting the hearings on July 7th at 8:30 and July 10th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a cash-only appearance bond in the amount of $150,000. In the event you are able to post that bond and secure your release, you would be subject to certain release conditions, including electronic monitoring and no contact with the alleged victim, and drug and alcohol testing. The full release conditions are in the written orders, and the detention officer will have those for you.
I don't 100% understand what you just said. I need to come up with $100,000 to get out of jail?
$150,000. I'm setting a $150,000 cash-only bond. Detention officer will have more information for you. Go ahead, step to the left. Cody Portis, please.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Cody Portis.
And Mr. Portis, what's your date of birth?
May 1st, 2001.
Thank you. Give me just a second.
Your hearing is finished, sir.
Okay. All right. You were arrested yesterday on charges of criminal damage, a Class 4 felony, recklessly damaging property, a Class 4 felony, aggravated domestic violence, a Class 5 felony, aggravated assault, Class 5 felony, escape in the second degree, a Class 5 felony, resisting arrest, using physical force, a Class 6 felony, disobeying an order of the court. That's a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for all of those. I am appointing you an attorney. I am setting 2 hearings, the first on July 7th at 8:30, the next one on July 10th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your case in the amount of $15,000. In the event you are able to post that bond and secure your release, you would be subject to certain other release conditions. Those include electronic monitoring. You may not return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victims, no weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. Full release conditions are in your paperwork, which the detention officer will have for you. Go ahead, step to the left. Mark Lovejoy, please, and then Alexis Gammas, please. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
All right. All right, go ahead, state your name for the record.
Ma'am?
Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Mark Lovejoy,
And Mr. Lovejoy, what's your date of birth?
11/5/70.
Thank you. And you are here today because you were arrested yesterday on charges of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person. That is a Class 4 felony. And possession of dangerous drugs, that is a Class 4 felony. I did find probable cause for both of those. I am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting 2 hearings in your case, the first on July 7th at 8:30 and the next one on July 10th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In your new case, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $50,000. In the event you are able to post that bond and secure your release, you would need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours, which leads us to your probation cases. You are currently on probation in CR 2023-105182 and CR 2024-158572. In both of those cases, your new charges would constitute an alleged term 1 of your probation. In both of those probation violation matters, I am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting hearings on July 8th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In both of those probation violation matters, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. Go ahead, step to left. Officer has your paperwork for you.
I had a question, though.
Sir.
I didn't have no guns or no bag. That was in the house. They went in the house and got that.
Okay. And I did appoint you an attorney, and you can talk to the attorney about whatever defenses that you believe you may have. For purposes of finding probable cause today, I am finding probable cause based upon the information in the Form 4. Okay? Go ahead, step to the left. Alexis Gamez, please. All right, Mr. Gamez, go ahead and state your name for the record.
Alexis Jaques, 24 January 1983, ma'am.
Okay, and you are here, Mr. Jaques?
Yes, ma'am.
Jaques?
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
Because Yuma County issued a warrant for your arrest. This appears to be a failure to appear on your charges there in Yuma County. For purposes of appointing you an attorney, I'm finding that you are indigent, and an attorney should be appointed for you at your next hearing if one has not already been appointed for you, in the event you are eligible to have an attorney appointed. All right, I am setting a hearing on July 7th at 8:30 in the Yuma County Superior Court. Pursuant to that Yuma County Superior Court arrest warrant, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $30,000. In the event that you are able to post that bond and secure your release, you do need to go to your hearing. If you are still in custody, the transportation will be arranged. Okay?
I have a couple questions, ma'am. I live here in Sun City. I'm not trying to, I bring it up because I was advised to bring it up. I'm a Purple Heart recipient. I'm in care. I am in an intense mental care unit. I was never served anything. I stay in touch with the court website from Yuma County, and nothing posted up. When this happened, I was going into the Air Force Base, and my brother and my family, I had people go to the court. Nothing pops up in the system there, because I am actually active in the court because I was dealing with the whole parental custody with my ex-wife. So I always present myself to every hearing. I never received anything. Right now, I'm active in my care. I go to therapy twice a week. My brother's in law school, so I'm the one that helps him out. I volunteer with the gentleman who rescues human trafficking. I'm his personal security guy. So I volunteer. I'm very active. I'm in early stages of dementia, so me being locked in, it kind of affects my mental health. And in a way, so what I'm asking is just, I have character. I have no criminal history. If you allow me to come out, like, I will present myself. One of the things, I was in the 101st Airborne. I was in the infantry unit. We had 4 medals of honor. So to this day, I uphold those things to where I hold myself accountable. If I would have had the paperwork, I would have been there, but I didn't receive anything. I just want to continue to stay active. I want to continue to, because I speak to my kids every day. So, like I said, I didn't know what was going on, and I don't go about getting in trouble.
Okay, and I understand that, and it sounds like you have done a lot of things right, and you're still doing a lot of things right. But according to the information I have from Yuma County, you failed to appear for that matter. I'm going to go ahead and honor their arrest warrant today and leave the bond set. It's a secured appearance bond. You can work with a bonding company to get that bond posted, and detention officers will have that information for you, okay?
So how does this work? Will I be sitting here? How would the bond work? Would it be posted and I'd be able to be released here, or will I be transported? Because I'm also, a lot of the problems that have issued, I've proven my innocence, but it's always been, I've been held guilty until I've proven myself. So what I'm trying to get help with is, I'm trying to get vet court, because no matter what, with my situations, well, I was put a restraining order. I fought the restraining order, and because I'm a combat veteran, they held the restraining order.
Okay.
Including when my partner admitted that she was the one that was physical. So I'm just...
So detention officers will have in the paperwork they give you and in the information they can provide, information about contacting a bonding company to get that bond set. You will be in custody until you are able to post that bond, okay? If you are out of custody, you need to get yourself to that hearing. If you are in custody still on July 7th, then there will be transport arranged for you, okay? All right, go ahead, step to the left, officer, as your paperwork. John Newsom, please, and then Miguel Lazarus, please.
John Newsom, 7/14/1976.
Thank you, sir. All right, you are here today because, just a second, you were arrested on charges of hold on just a second. You are arrested on charges of burglary in the 3rd degree, a class 4 felony. I did find probable cause for that. It looks like the offense date was on or about June 25th, 2025. I am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting 2 hearings in your case, the first on July 7th at 8:30 and the next one on July 10th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In your burglary matter, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,500. In the event you are able to post that bond and secure your release, or if you were to be released, I'm reminding you you're on intensive probation services, so you would need to contact your probation officer within 24 hours, okay? All right, go ahead, step to the left, officer, as your paperwork. All right, Miguel Lazarus, please, and then Tony Odisho.
Lazarus, right?
Lazarus, yeah, Miguel Lazarus. Sir, go ahead, state your name for the record.
Lazarus Miguel.
All right.
Miguel Lazarus, sorry.
Okay, so your last name is Lazarus? Okay. Mr. Lazarus, what's your date of birth?
May 2284.
Thank you. And you are here today on 3 matters. We're going to go ahead and talk about your new matter first. You were arrested yesterday on charges of possession of narcotic drugs, that's a class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, that's a class 6 felony, and shoplifting, a class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause. I'm sorry, let me back up. Give me just a second. I'm sorry, Mr. Lazarus. Okay. I need to edit this just a little bit. All right, sir. You were arrested yesterday on charges of possession of narcotic drugs, a class 4 felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, a class 6 felony. Based upon the limited information I have in front of me right now, I'm not finding probable cause for those violations. However, I am advising you that those allegations are not dismissed and that formal charges may nevertheless be filed for the violation. For those violations. You were also arrested on charges of shoplifting, a class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for that violation. I am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting 2 hearings in your new case. The first on July 7th at 8:30, and the next one on July 10th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In your new case, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $50. Now, you are currently on probation in your cases CR 2023-131604 and CR 2022-134776. In both of those probation violation matters, I am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting two hearings. I am setting a hearing in both of those matters on July 8th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Pursuant to the arrest warrants, which were issued for your arrest on probation violation allegations in those two cases, in both cases, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $750. That's a $750 secured appearance bond in each case. In the event you are able to post those bonds and secure your release, I am reminding you, you need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours. All right, go ahead, step to the left. Tony Odishu, please, and then Ralphie Kisois. All right, sir, go ahead, state your name for the record.
Tony Odisho.
And Mr. Odisho, what is your date of birth?
It's January 3rd, 93.
Thank you. And you are here today because you were arrested yesterday on charges of possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause for both of those, and I am appointing you an attorney. I'm setting hearings on July 7th at 8:30 and July 10th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your case in the amount of $750. All right, go ahead, step to the left.
Secured appearance bond, you said?
Sir, secured appearance bond, yes, sir. Ralphie Kisois. All right, sir, go ahead, state your name for the record.
Ralphie Kisois, 823-88.
All right, and you are here today because you were arrested on, based on a failure to appear arrest warrant issued by the Maricopa County Superior Court. In this matter, I'm not appointing you an attorney because if you are eligible to have an attorney appointed, one should already have been appointed for you. You may, of course, always retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you. I am setting a hearing on July 7th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court, and I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $700 in your case. All right, go ahead, step to the left. Adrian Alvarez and then Destiny Dixon, please.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. Go ahead. State your name for the record.
Adrian Juan Alvarez.
And your date of birth?
August 13, 1986.
Thank you. All right, and you are here today because you were arrested on charges of criminal damage, Class 1 misdemeanor, and disobeying a court order, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for both of those. I am appointing you an attorney because I am setting a bond of $500, a secured appearance bond in your matter in the amount of $500, and the attorney is for the limited representation regarding the bond issue. I am setting a hearing on July 7th at 9 a.m. in the Guadalupe Municipal Court. The detention officer's paperwork the detention officer will give you will have that court information in the event you are able to post that bond. I am reminding you full release conditions are contained in your paperwork. However, you may not return to the scene of the alleged crime. You may not have any contact with the alleged victim, and you need to obey any terms of orders of protection or injunctions against harassment.
Correct, Your Honor. I was just asking, I had no clue that my mom has ever put an order of protection. I guess I'll speak to my lawyer about that, but that's kind of strange, right?
All right, again, if an order of protection is out there, and I don't know what the terms of that order of protection are, exactly who are the protected people, and what the terms of any contact is, all right? So you want to review those orders of protection and make sure you're abiding by those terms. Go ahead, step to the left. Destiny Dixon, please. All right, Ms. Dixon, go ahead, state your name for the record.
My name is Jessie Alexandria Dixon.
And Ms. Dixon, what's your date of birth?
3/31/98.
Thank you. And you are here today because the Maricopa County Superior Court issued a warrant for your arrest on allegations that you violated your probation in CR 2021-123827. In that matter, I am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting a hearing on July 8th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Pursuant to that arrest warrant, I am setting a bond amount in the amount of $200. Secured appearance bond in the amount of $200. In the event you are able to post that bond and secure your release, you will need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours. All right, go ahead, step to the left. All right, Daniel Lozano, please. All right, Mr. Lozano, go ahead, state your name for the record.
Daniel Lozano,
And Mr. Lozano, what is your date of birth?
03/28/1995.
Thank you. And you are here today because you were arrested yesterday on charges of domestic animal cruelty or mistreatment. That's a Class 5 felony. I did find probable cause for that. I am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting hearings on July 16th at 8:30 a.m. and July 18th at 8:30 a.m. In the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Will you go to those?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to release you today to pretrial services. You will need to register with pretrial services. You are subject to certain release conditions, including you may not possess or have any unsupervised contact with any animal. Go ahead, step to the left. Officer has your paperwork with all of your release conditions. Michael Garcia, please.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, go ahead, state your name for the record.
Michael Garcia, 22586.
Thank you. And you are here today because you were arrested yesterday on theft, removing a theft detection device, a Class 6 felony, and theft, control of property, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for both of those. I am appointing you an attorney, and I'm setting hearings on July 16th at 8:30 and July 18th at 8:30. Will you go to those?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to release you today on your own recognizance. You are subject to certain release conditions. Those include not returning to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with any alleged victim. All right, go ahead, step to the left. Officer has your full paperwork for you. Jalen Chavez, please.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Jalen Chavez,
And Mr. Chavez, what is your date of birth?
May 30th, 1996.
Thank you. And you are here today because you were arrested yesterday on charges of organized retail theft, Class 4 felony. I did find probable cause for that. For purposes of appointing you an attorney, I am finding that you are not indigent based upon the information you provided to pretrial services. As a result, I am not appointing you an attorney today. However, you may, of course, retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you. I am setting hearings on July 16th at 8:30 and July 18th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Will you go to those?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then I'm going to release you today based upon your promise to appear on your own recognizance. You're subject to certain release conditions, which are set forth in your paperwork. However, you are not to return to the scene of the alleged crime. All right, go ahead, step to the left.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Abigail, ask you, please. And then after Ms. Askew, Claudia Leon, please. Ms. Askew, go ahead and step up to the podium. All right, ma'am, go ahead and state your name for the record.
Abigail Askew.
And Ms. Askew, what's your date of birth?
November 23rd.
1999. Thank you. All right, you are here today because you were arrested yesterday on charges of shoplifting, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and refusing to give your true name to law enforcement. That's a Class 2 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for both of those. You are also arrested on charges of possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony. Based upon the limited information I have in front of me today, I'm not finding probable cause for that drug violation. However, I am advising you that the allegation is not dismissed and that formal charges may nevertheless be filed for that violation. I am appointing you an attorney, and I'm setting 2 hearings, the first on July 16th at 8:30 and the next one on July 18th at 8:30. Both of those are in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Will you go to those? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to release you today on based upon your promise to appear on your own recognizance. You may not return to the scene of the alleged crime, and you must otherwise comply with the conditions in your release order, which detention officers will give you. If you do not go to your hearing, an arrest warrant may issue. All right, go ahead, step left. Thank you. Claudia Leon and then Dejan Mann. All right, Ms. Leon, you are here today because you were arrested based upon a grand jury warrant, which was issued on December 7th of 2016. That grand jury warrant alleges 9 counts. Count 1 is cruelty to animals, a Class 6 felony committed on or about February 27th of 2016. And the remaining counts are all cruelty to animals, a Class 1 misdemeanor, also committed on allegedly committed on or about February 27th of 2016. In this matter, I am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting a hearing on July 8th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Will you go to that?
Yes, I got to clear it up because the address where all that happened, I've never lived at that address.
Okay. So I'm releasing you today on your own recognizance. You are subject to certain release conditions, and those include no care or custody of any animal.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, step left. Thank you. Dejan Mann, please. All right, sir, go ahead and state your name for the record.
Dejan Mann, 101096.
All right, and you are here today because the Peoria Municipal Court issued a warrant for your arrest for failure to appear in their matter involving driving with a suspended or revoked license with an offense date of on or about April, it's either 25th or 26th, 2025. Because of the nature of the charges, you are not entitled to have me appoint an attorney for you today. However, you may, of course, retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you. Setting a hearing on July 17th at 9 a.m. in the Peoria Municipal Court. Will you go to that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, based upon your promise to appear, I'm going to release you today on your own recognizance.
Okay.
Go to your hearing. If you do not, an arrest warrant may issue.
Okay, and are they able to send it to the address 19955 North 51st Avenue?
Apartment 1008.
Yes, ma'am.
It looks like that's where they've been sending their stuff.
Okay.
But that's just based on the information in the warrant. You should confirm your address directly with that court because that court is not this court.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So make sure you go to your hearing because otherwise an arrest warrant may issue again, and I think you have better things to do with your time.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, go ahead, step left.
Appreciate you.
Lionel Chavez, okay, we're going to clear.
Ma'am, Mr. Horo, number 14, he'd like to be heard again.
I have already done his IE hearing, and I have provided the information that I can provide, and the rest of the information is in his release order. So it's complete at this point. We need to clear and move on.
Everyone who is get up. I'm not one.
And please, I have fucking more protection. Get this first. But you trust me with this. I have to do it. You couldn't do it. Hey, come on.
I just had the last two, man.
And I'm sorry, who do you still have? You should have Lionel Chavez.
And Joshua Hodges.
I have him as a house call.
I don't know if he's still here.
Okay, well, we'll go ahead and do him. Come on up, Mr. Hodges, we'll do you first.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. All right, sir, go ahead, state your name for the record.
Joshua Joseph Hodges, 8894.
All right, sir, and you are here because you were, hold on. Because the Maricopa County Superior Court issued a warrant for your arrest on a direct complaint matter. That direct complaint alleges that on or about January 28th of 2025, you committed the violation of sale or transportation of dangerous drugs, a Class 2 felony. I am appointing you an attorney in that matter, and I am setting hearings on July 7th at 8:30 and July 10th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Pursuant to that direct complaint arrest warrant, I am setting a secured appearance bond in your matter in the amount of $1,500.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Go ahead, step to the left, and thank you for being present in court today.
No, you don't take that. Sorry. There you go.
All right, sir, go ahead. Please proceed to the podium. All right, sir, go ahead and state your name for the record.
Lionel Chavez,
And Mr. Chavez, what's your date of birth?
January 4th, 1971.
Thank you. And you are here today because you were, well, you're here on two matters. So you were here today because you were arrested yesterday on charges of interference with a monitoring device, a Class 4 felony. Did find probable cause for that. I am appointing you an attorney, and I am in your new matter setting hearings on July 7th at 8:30 and July 10th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In your new matter, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $50,000. Now, you are also here because you are on probation, and that electronic monitor was part of the terms of your probation in case CR 1998013 050. The allegation of removing the electronic monitor would constitute a violation of term of that probation agreement. Hold on, or that probation order. Give me just a second. And I need to update my order. Give me just a second. sorry, we did need to reprint that because I just added a note. All right, so your new charges for which you would arrest yesterday would constitute an alleged term 1 of your probation in CR 199801350. In that matter, in that probation violation matter, I am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting a hearing on July 8th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am holding you non-bondable in the probation case on the probation, on the alleged probation violation, because I am finding that there is a reasonable probability that you will receive a sentence of imprisonment in this matter. All right, go ahead, step to left. Officer will have your paperwork for you.
Yeah.
All right, is there anything else?
All we know is that he's at the West Mesa and that the same thing as before. He's going to come back between 12 and 2 p.m.
Okay.
But if he gets timed out, then he's just going to get repeated.
Okay. All right, so in that case, we are going to go ahead and do the house calls. We have 4 house calls. These folks are not able to be with us this morning because they are a danger to self, a danger to others, or not otherwise able to function for purposes of safely appearing in court today. Our first house call is David Honkus. Mr. Honkus' date of birth is December 18th, 1967. Mr. Honkus is here on 2 matters. Mr. Honkus' first matter, for which he was arrested yesterday, is charges of aggravated assault using a deadly or weapon or dangerous instrument, a Class 3 felony, disorderly conduct, fighting, a Class 1 misdemeanor, assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and endangerment, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for those violations, and in Mr. Honkus' new matter, I am appointing him an attorney. I am setting 2 hearings in his case, first on July 7th at 8:30 and the next one on July 10th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in Mr. Honkus' new case in the amount of $50,000. In the event he is able to post that bond and secure his release, he would be subject to certain release conditions, including not returning to the scene of the alleged crime or having any contact with the alleged victim. He would also be subject to electronic monitoring. Full conditions are set forth in the paperwork. Now, Mr. Honkus is also here because he was arrested on charges of disorderly conduct, fighting, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and interfering with public safety transmission, a Class 1 misdemeanor. The date of those alleged violations is June 26th of 2025. In that matter, I am appointing Mr. Honkus an attorney because I am setting a bond in that matter, and counsel is being appointed for limited representation regarding the bond issue only. An attorney should be appointed for Mr. Honkus at his next hearing, which will be in the town of Wickenburg on July 9th at 9 a.m. I am setting a secured appearance bond in the town of Wickenburg matter in the amount of $50. All right. Our next house call is David Barrier. Mr. Barrier's date of birth is January 10th, 1973. Mr. Barrier is here because he was arrested yesterday on charges of disorderly conduct involving a weapon, a Class 6 felony, disorderly conduct, fighting, a Class 1 misdemeanor, refusing to give his true name to law enforcement, a Class 2 misdemeanor, and criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, a Class 3 misdemeanor. Did find probable cause for all of those. I am appointing him an attorney. I'm setting 2 hearings in his new matter, the first on July 7th at 8:30 and the next one on July 10th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In Mr. Barrier's new matter, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $15,000. Now, Mr. Barrier is also on probation in CR 2025-104756. Mr. Barrier's new charges would constitute an alleged term 1 of his existing probation case. In the probation matter, I am appointing him an attorney, and I am setting a hearing on July 8th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In the probation matter, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. Our next house call is Arthur Christner. Mr. Christner is here. Mr. Christner's date of birth is August 15th, 1963. Mr. Christner is here because he was arrested yesterday on charges of possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, and criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, Class 3 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for those, and I am appointing him an attorney. I am setting a hearing for him on July 16th at 8:30 and July 18th at 8:30 because my intention right now is to release Mr. Christner on his own recognizance. If anything changes after I talk to Mr. Christner or any of the other house calls, I will update my written order. Our next house call is Sergio Caradero Garcia. Mr. Garcia's date of birth is July 6th, 1993. Mr. Garcia was arrested yesterday on charges of aggravated assault, Class 5 felony, public sexual indecency, a Class 1 misdemeanor, indecent exposure, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and threatening, intimidating, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for all of those, and I am, hold on, I need to update this one, I'm sorry. I am appointing him an attorney. And I am setting hearings on July 7th at 8:30 and July 10th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in this matter in the amount of $5,000. All right, if anything, as I mentioned, if anything changes after I talk to the house calls, I will update my written orders in those cases. And with that, we are going to stand adjourned until the 11 a.m.
Did you call Keller on record?
No, because we can do that. We'll go on the record to do that.
I gave you the wrong one.
All right.
Be seated. We have our interpreter on the line?
Yes.
We do. All right, and are we on the record?
Yes.
Be seated. Interpreter, can you announce for the record?
Ofelia Fernandez, Court Interpreter.
Good morning. This is the 11 a.m. initial appearance calendar.
Buenos días. Este es el calendario de la comparecencia inicial de las 11 de la mañana.
The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints
La orden que dio el juez para la toma de muestra de ADN y de huellas dactilares
that were given on the first calendar of this month, July 1st, 2025,
La orden que se emitió en el primer calendario de este mes, 1 de julio del 2025,
shall apply to all matters on this calendar.
aplicará a todas las causas en el calendario del día de hoy.
Can I have Rubio Figueroa Luis
Rubio
and
Figueroa,
Gabriel? Go ahead.
Rubio Figueroa Luis, pase al frente.
And Gabriel Adami Obeso come in the courtroom.
Gabriela Dame Obeso también pase a la sala.
Luis, state your name and date of birth.
Luis, diga su nombre y su fecha de nacimiento.
Luis Fernando Rubio Figueroa, 1996, 15 de octubre.
Luis Fernando Rubio Figueroa, October 15, 1996.
And Gabriel, state your name and date of birth.
Gabriel, diga su nombre y su fecha de nacimiento.
Gabriel Antonio Adame Obeso, 30 de junio de 2004.
Gabriel Antonio Adame Obeso, June 30th, 2004.
Both of you have a Superior Court new case.
Ambos tienen un caso nuevo en el Tribunal Superior.
You both were charged with one count of transportation or sale of narcotic drug.
Los dos se les acusa de un punto acusatorio de transporte o venta de drogas narcóticas.
And one count of possession of dangerous drugs, transportation or sale.
Y también un punto acusatorio por tenencia de drogas nocivas, transporte o venta. Y también un punto acusatorio de tenencia de drogas nocivas, transporte o venta.
You're gonna have to print these out again because it didn't save the no probable cause. I've appointed a lawyer on both of these to represent you.
Nombré un abogado en ambos casos para que los represente.
Both of these are Class 2 felonies.
Estas dos acusaciones son delitos de categoría 2.
But I did not find probable cause on either one of them.
Pero no determiné que hay motivo de procesamiento en ninguna de ellas.
Now, that doesn't mean that this just goes away.
Pero esto no significa que esto desaparezca.
They just did not test whatever substance the police officers found.
Solo que no hicieron una prueba de cualquier sustancia que la policía haya encontrado.
If it turns out to be a dangerous or a narcotic drug, they might refile the charges.
Pero si resulta que se trata de una droga nociva, de un narcótico, podrían volver a presentar las acusaciones.
You are going to have a court hearing on July 16th at 8:30 for a status conference.
Ustedes van a tener una audiencia el 16 de julio a las 8:30. Esa audiencia será una consulta de actualización.
But you both are released on your promise to go to court.
Pero los dos quedan en libertad bajo la promesa que los dos se presentarán ante el tribunal.
Get your paperwork from the court staff and you'll be released today.
Tomen la documentación del personal del tribunal y se les dejará en libertad el día de hoy.
All right, court interpreter, can you ask if anyone needs your services, and if they do so, have them raise their hand?
Certainly, Your Honor. ¿Hay alguien más en la sala que necesite la ayuda de un intérprete? Levante la mano. Un intérprete de español.
Can you see if anyone is raising their hand in there? Nope. Okay, interpreter, thank you so much for your services.
You're welcome, Your Honor. Have a good day.
You too. All right, for the rest of you, I'm going to call you in individually. You're going to state your name and date of birth. I will tell you what you've been booked on and whether an attorney has been appointed to represent you. Also going to give you the date of your next court appearance. I will let you know whether you're eligible for a bond or not. If it's a secured bond, that means you can go through a bonding company. Phone numbers for the various bonding companies are located in that jail area. You can call any one of them. They will accept collect calls. If it's a cash bond, that means you have to pay the entire amount of the bond. I'm also going to tell you if I've set any release conditions, like no contact with the alleged victim or no going back to the alleged scene of the crime. You need to follow each and every condition if you want to remain released. Let me remind you, if you've been ordered by a court not to have contact with the victim, and then you do so, you may be charged with an additional felony. Now, when you come into the courtroom, go behind the podium. Please be aware this is all being video recorded. So do not talk about the facts of your case, as you have the right to remain silent. As you leave the courtroom, court staff's going to give you your paperwork. That's going to show you your charges, whether an attorney has been appointed to represent you, where, when, and what time your next court date is, then whether you're eligible for a bond or not, and if it's secured or cash, and then it'll have a list of your release conditions. Purpose of this hearing is to determine whether you're eligible for a bond or not. That decision is based on your past criminal history, any failures to appear, your current charges, and Arizona law. It's not based on personal information, so don't go into that. Mark Valles, come on in. And then Jose Chavez Ramirez to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Mark Perez Valles, 7/190.
Okay, you've got a probation violation warrant for your probation that you're on for a Class 3 felony. Probation is alleging you violated term 2, 4, 5, 7, and 15. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be an arraignment, possible disposition, July 8th at 8:30, pursuant to Arizona Criminal Rule of Procedure 7.2C. You'll be held non-bailable. Get your paperwork from the court staff. Jose, come on in. Cesar de la Torre Castro to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Jose Chavez, 03/15/2007.
3/15 of 2007?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you have a Superior Court new case alleging one count of drive-by shooting, one count of discharging a firearm at a residence. Those are both Class 2 felonies. One count of aggravated assault, Class 3 felony. One count of possessing or selling a prohibited weapon, Class 4 felony. One count of discharging a firearm in the city limits. One count of disorderly conduct with a weapon. One count of endangerment. Those are all Class 6 felonies. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, July 7th at 8:30. Set a $750,000 bond. Absolutely no returning to the alleged scene of the crime, no possessing of any weapons, no contact with any victims. Get your paperwork from the court staff. Cesar de la Torre Castro, come on in. Brian Richardson to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Cesar Diego de la Torre Castro, 02/22/2006.
You have a Superior Court new case alleging one count of discharging a firearm at a residence, Class 2 felony. One count of aggravated assault, Class 3 felony. One count of discharging a firearm in the city limit. One count of disorderly conduct with a weapon. One count of endangerment, all Class 6 felonies. And then one count of carrying a deadly weapon under the age of 21 years of age, Class 3 misdemeanor. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, July 7th, 30. I've set a $500,000 bond. No contact with the alleged victims. No returning to the alleged scene of the crime. No possessing of any weapons. Get your paperwork from the court staff. Brian Richardson, come on in. Gonzalo Morales to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Brian Lamont Richardson, September 22nd, 1999.
You have a Superior Court new case alleging one count of disorderly conduct with a weapon, one count of discharging a firearm in the city limits, 3 counts of endangerment, all Class 6 felonies. One count of an assault, Class 1 misdemeanor. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, July 7th at 8:30. I've set a $25,000 bond. You cannot return to the alleged scene of the crime. No possessing of any weapons. No contact with any of the victims. Get your paperwork from the court staff. Gonzalo Morales, come on in. Tori Swarchek to the chair outside the courtroom. State your name and date of birth.
Gonzalo Morales, October 24, 86.
82 or 86?
86.
82.
86.
Okay, I've got 86 here.
Yes.
86.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, my bad.
You have 2 matters. The first one is a Superior Court arrest warrant for one count of unlawful flight from law enforcement, Class 5 felony. This allegedly occurred February 9th, 2024. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, July 7th at 8:30. I've set a $2,500 bond. Then secondly, you've got a Superior Court new case alleging one count of possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, July 7th at 8:30. Set a $2,500 bond. If you post these 2 bonds, absolutely no possessing of any weapons. Got it? Get your paperwork from the court staff. Tori Alexander Swarchek, come on in, and then Rodolfo Roshan to the chair outside the courtroom. All right, state your name and date of birth.
Tony Swarchek, 8893.
88 of 93?
Yeah.
Okay. You've got 5 matters. The first one is a Superior Court new case alleging one count of possession of narcotic drug, Class 4 felony. One count of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. one count of shoplifting, Class 1 misdemeanor. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, July 7th at 8:30. I've set a $2,500 bond. Then you've got the other 4 matters are all probation violations. You're on probation for 3 Class 6 felonies and 1 Class 4 felony. Probation is alleging you have now violated your probation on all 4 of these by getting those new charges. That's called a Term 1 violation. I've appointed a lawyer on each of these to represent you. Your next hearing will be an arraignment, possible disposition, July 8th at 8:30. I've set a $900 bond on each of these. If you post these 5 bonds, you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Get your paperwork from the court staff. Rodolfo Roshan, come on in. Miguel Alvarez to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Rodolfo Roshan, 08-2001.
All right, you've got a Superior Court new case alleging one kind of aggravated assault, Class 3 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, July 7th at 8:30. Set a $2,500 bond. You cannot have any contact with the alleged victim. Understood? Get your paperwork from the court staff. Miguel Alvarez, come on in. Santos Tapia to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Miguel Angel Alvarez, August 15 of 1991.
All right, you have a Superior Court family warrant. This is not a criminal matter. It's a civil matter. The amount that the judge put on the warrant is $1,200 cash. You have to pay that. Either way, you're going to have a hearing July 3rd at 10 a.m. All right, get your paperwork from the court staff. Santos Tapia, come on in. Jessica Wood to the chair outside the courtroom. We have Santos Tapia. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Santos Cruz Tapia, 1902.
Okay, you have a Superior Court new case alleging one kind of possession of narcotic drug, Class 4 felony. One kind of possession of dangerous drugs. I did not find probable cause on that second one. The reason I didn't is they didn't test the substance. If it turns out to be a dangerous drug, they'll refile it. All right? I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, July 7th at 8:30. Set a $1,200 bond. Absolutely no possessing of any weapons. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Get your paperwork from the court staff.
I have a bond?
$1,200. Jessica Woods, come on in. State your name and date of birth.
Jessica Woods, 296.
You have a Superior Court probation violation. You're on probation for a Class 6 felony. Probation is alleging you violated Term 3 and 5. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be an arraignment, possible disposition, July 8th at 8:30. I've set a $1,000 bond. If you post that bond, you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Get your paperwork from the court staff. Victor Rowing, come on in, and Edwin Vasquez Ortiz to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Victor Carlos Rodriguez. Victor Carlos Rodriguez.
And your date of birth?
10/10/97.
Okay, you have 4 matters. The first one is a Superior Court new case alleging one count of using an artifice to facilitate shoplifting, Class 4 felony. They charge you with 2 counts. In the summary, I only saw 1 count. So I'm finding no probable cause on the other count, okay? I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, July 7th at 8:30. Set a $900 bond. Now the next 3 matters are all probation violations. You're on probation for 3 Class 6 felonies. Because you got the new charges, probation is alleging you violated all of these probations by getting a term 1 violation. That means you got new charges. I've appointed a lawyer on each of these to represent you. Your next hearing will be an arraignment, possible disposition, July 8th at 8:30. Set a $900 bond on each of these. Now, if you post these 4 bonds, you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Get your paperwork from the court staff.
All right, how much is the bond all up to you?
900 is 2,700 plus, what's the other one? 900? 36.
All right. Hey,
Edwin Ortiz, come on in. And Caterina Garcia to the chair outside the courtroom. State your name and date of birth.
It's Edwin Vasquez, April 1st, 2002.
All right, you have 2 matters. The first one is a failure to appear warrant for 1 count of possession of narcotic drug, Class 4 felony, 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing, this is on a probation violation. You're on probation for a Class 4 and a Class 6 felony. Your next probation is alleging you violated term 3, 4, 5, and 7. Your next hearing will be an arraignment, possible disposition, July 8th at 8:30. I've set a $900 bond. Then secondly, you've got another failure to appear on a probation violation on a Class 6 felony. Probation is alleging you violated term 1. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Next hearing will be an arraignment, possible disposition, same date, July 8th at 8:30. Set a $250 bond on this. If you post these 2 bonds, you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Get your paperwork from the court staff.
I had a question. So
Mhm.
I was just arrested, I think.
Can you speak louder, please?
Sorry, I was just arrested 2 weeks, I think a week ago or 2 weeks ago on the probation violation warrant. And I thought I had the court date for July 8th. So I don't know if it was an error in the system or what happened with that, but.
So I did see that you had been arrested and you were supposed to go to court on June 24th, but you didn't.
Okay.
And that's why you have the warrant.
Oh, okay. So
Okay.
I missed up the date. Okay.
All right, get your paperwork. Caterina Garcia, come on in. Elizabeth Melendez to the chair outside the courtroom. State your name and date of birth.
Caterina Garcia, 9/13/93.
All right, you have 3 matters. They're all probation violations. You're on probation for 3 Class 4 felonies. Probation is alleging you violated term 3, 4, 5, and 15. I've appointed a lawyer on each of these to represent you. Your next hearing will be an arraignment, possible disposition, July 8th at 8:30. Set a $900 bond on each. If you post these 3 bonds, you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Get your paperwork from the court staff. Elizabeth, come on in. And Tommy, Terry, to the chair outside the courtroom. State your name and date of birth.
Elizabeth Melendez, 9/25/1982.
You have a probation violation warrant for your probation that you're on for a Class 4 felony. Probation is alleging you violated term 3 and 5. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be an arraignment, possible disposition, July 8th at 8:30. Set a $500 bond. If you post that bond, you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Get your paperwork from the court staff. Tommy, Terry, come on in. Timothy Martinez, to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Tommy Terry, 4/12/91.
Okay, you've got a failure to appear in court for 1 count of possession of dangerous drug, 1 count of possession of narcotic drug. They're both Class 4 felonies. And then 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. You already have a court-appointed lawyer. Your next hearing will be a status conference, July 7th at 8:30. When you didn't go to court, the judge set your bond at $250. Get your paperwork from the court staff. Timothy Martinez, come on in. Kidani Encarnacion, to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Timothy Martinez, May 4th, 2000.
You have a Superior Court new case alleging 1 count of unlawful flight from law enforcement, Class 5 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Let me tell you, usually on these, I give a bond. You do have 3 prior felony convictions, but those have been a couple years. Seems like you have a good job going, so I'm going to give you a break. You're going to get released to pretrial services. Your next hearing is going to be a supervised, or on July 16th at 8:30. You're going to be supervised by pretrial services. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, get your paperwork from the court staff. Mr. Encarnacion, come on in. Cecilia Garcia, to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Kidani Incarnation, 06/28/1994.
You have a Superior Court new case alleging 1 count of aggravated DUI while license suspended or revoked, Class 4 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, July 16th at 8:30. I'm going to release you to pretrial services with drug testing and monitoring. Got it? Get your paperwork from the court staff. Cecilia Garcia, come on in. Ubaldo Pineda, to the chair outside the courtroom. State your name and date of birth.
Cecilia Garcia, 11/09/66.
You have a Superior Court new case alleging 1 count of aggravated assault, Class 5 felony, 1 count of resisting arrest, 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, both Class 6 felonies. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, July 16th at 8:30. I'm going to release you to pretrial services. Got it? Got a
Pretrial services?
Yeah, you'll get information. They'll be checking in with you and making sure that you go to court, follow all your rules. Got it?
Okay.
All right, get your paperwork. Ubaldo Pineda, come on in. Angeli Leva, to the chair outside the courtroom. State your name and date of birth.
Ubaldo Pineda Ortega, 02/17/05.
You have a Superior Court new case alleging 1 count of discharging a firearm in the city limits, 1 count of disorderly conduct with a weapon, Class 6 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Again, most of the time with weapons and firing in the city limits, you get a bond. but you have no record. So your next hearing is going to be July 16th at 8:30 for a status conference. I'm going to release you to pretrial services. No possessing of any weapon, no returning to the alleged scene of the crime. Got it? Make sure you go to court, because you're getting released.
16th.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, get your paperwork. Ms. Leva, come on in. Mary Beth Sanchez Rivera to the chair outside the courtroom. State your name and date of birth.
Ashley Leva, 5/10/2007.
Okay, you've got a Superior Court new case alleging one kind of discharging the firearm in the city limits, one kind of disorderly conduct with a weapon, Class 6 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, July 16th at 8:30. Again, normally on these I give a bond, but you have absolutely no record. So I am going to release you, but you need to go to court. Because if you don't, you'll have a bond. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
No possessing of any weapons.
Yes, ma'am.
Get your paperwork.
Thank you.
Mary Beth Sanchez Rivera, come on in. You've got a municipal court warrant. State your name and date of birth.
Mary Beth Sanchez Rivera, 09/08/2000.
Okay, you've got a Goodyear municipal court warrant for one kind of speeding between 20 and 45 miles per hour over this limit. That's a Class 3 misdemeanor. This allegedly occurred February 8th, 2024. You're not entitled to a court-appointed lawyer. Your next hearing is going to be an arraignment, July 17th at 1 o'clock. They had asked for a bond of $500. I'm not going to impose it. I'm going to give you one chance to go there, get this taken care of. If you think it's about a fine or whatever, you can make payments. If you were found responsible, you can do community service. You just don't want to blow off court, because then they arrest you.
Okay.
All right? All right, get your paperwork.
Thank you.
Why is Melvin Grijalva Perez a house call? And we need the courtroom cleared.
Yeah.
You're not mistaken, 21-8-1-1
He is not following orders in GP.
I got a unable to function, correct? Yes. Okay, Melvin Anthony Grijalva Perez, date of birth 2/9/97. He's got a Superior Court new case alleging one kind of possession of narcotic drug, one kind of possession of dangerous drugs, both Class 4 felonies, one kind of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, one kind of shoplifting, Class 1 misdemeanor. I've appointed a lawyer to represent him. His next hearing will be a status conference, July 7th at 8:30. It's at a $900 bond. We also had David Keller. He had initially been on the 8 a.m. calendar. It was moved to this calendar because the jail staff could not find this individual, David Keller, date of birth 8/18/1956. Apparently he had been in LBJ, but he was moved downtown. I don't know if he had court, but the 24-hour rule has expired. This was a page 2 on a Justice Court warrant out of West Mesa Justice Court for one kind of disorderly conduct. That's a misdemeanor, and then a one kind of failure to appear, a Class 2 misdemeanor. I will have to no action this. They will have to page 2 him again on this warrant. Is everybody out of there? Okay, hold on. All right, can we have Antonio Munoz, come on in. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
My name is Antonio Munoz, 11-1204.
Got a Superior Court new case alleging one count of inducement to prostitute, Class 5 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, July 7th at 8:30. I set a $50,000 secured appearance bond. Absolutely no contact with the alleged victim.
I got a question. My grandma's funeral is on Thursday.
Your what?
My grandma's funeral is on Thursday.
Well, if you don't have 50,000 secured,
So
you won't miss it.
Oh, I'm not getting out?
Nope, and not unless you make the bond.
What does secured mean?
$50,000.
Dollars?
You can go through a bonding company.
But I could go through a bail bonds? Like,
Yeah.
How would that work, though?
Talk to the bail people. Remember at the beginning, I said you can go through a bail bondsman, and the phones are out there. You can
I got
call
a question.
them.
Why didn't I get released?
What?
Why didn't I get released?
Because this is something that the court takes very seriously. The county attorneys recommended this for various reasons. So you are going to have a $50,000 bond.
So I'm not getting out. Fuck. I got my grandma.
Get your paperwork.
Is there any way I could try to see my grandma like one time? Like, cause my brother, he's in prison too, but he gets to go one more time to see my grandma.
Yeah, no, that doesn't happen here in jail. Get your paperwork.
Fuck.
Arlie Guadalupe Sanchez Melendres. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Arlie Guadalupe Sanchez Melendres, 11/22/1997.
You have a Superior Court new case alleging one count of sexual conduct with a minor, Class 6 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, July 7th at 8:30. Set a $35,000 bond. If you post that bond pursuant to Arizona law, you must be placed on an ankle monitor. Do you have any children of your own?
No.
Okay. You are prohibited from being around anyone under the age of 18. No contact with the alleged minor. No email, no texting, no calling somebody else. No contact whatsoever. Got it? Get your paperwork from the court staff. I think that's everybody. Right? You want to take them back and then we'll do the house call?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Pardon?
I'll take that for record.
Mm-hmm.